Hi, I'm Mark Dice, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force CD. Okay, I switched into Mingo instead of Claude. Oh, he sucks. Very carefully. Yeah, this battle gets a little crazy. And you know... I forgot to unpoison you. Oh well, I'll get sick to unpoison you at some point. I know I rant about that kind of stuff, and... I don't know. I never get much response back from it. I don't know whether people are just like, I don't listen to it. No, I just think everybody has some sort of strange opinion, and they don't, I don't know, I guess they don't speak it enough, or aren't open enough with it. I just don't understand decrying, you know, some sort of word that essentially makes people not continue their argument. I'm pretty sure the magical mushrooms explode when you kill them. I think they do like a bolt level explosion. So it's best to take them out with archers if you can. I think mages will be okay, but let's find out. No, he is 12. Whatever, she's Blaze 3. Who gives a shit? Let's just get rid of it to see what it does. Maybe not. But I don't know. I mean, I watched videos like the Crocodile Tears video, and like someone who, in a funny kind of way, decried like racism because they didn't have any more like breakfast sandwiches at McDonald's and weird stuff like that. Like sometimes I think people just use it because they figure it'll shut anybody up. I don't know. I don't think people should be shut up by words like that. Like, it's one of those, like, just because you said it doesn't make it true kind of statements. You son of a bitch. Yisha, could you stop getting hit by stuff? That would be absolutely freaking awesome. I don't know. I've had moments where I've been accused of stuff like that, and it's like... It infuriates me, because, like, that's not at all what my argument's about. Yet, it always seems to devolve. I don't know. I do have a tendency to talk about things that kind of get under people's skin with things, but I don't know. I feel like I'm more truthful about opinions and stuff like that. Look at that. Blaze 3 and Freeze 3 from the start. Let's just get rid of him right out. Or not. I thought that would kill him. I don't know. I'm never one to, like, hold my tongue about an issue. Like, if something bothers me, I'm going to say it. I can't, for the life of me, understand why some people just, like, submit, even if they know it's wrong. It's kind of like taking orders to shoot women and children. Like, something in you should know better. Like, and even if it's, like, lapsed for a moment... What? Oh, you have a heat axe. I just think you shouldn't take that next step. Like, honestly, if you thought about it for a second, you know, your life might actually be better. I mean, I just can't really comprehend why, in any way, you would do something like that. I've never been one to, like, cave to people's pressures on anything. finally. Thank you. Good. I don't think you can hit that. I don't know. Some people say stuff like, you know, if you laugh at a racist joke, that means you're racist yourself, and like stuff like kind of obscure statements. Good. But like, I don't know. I asked a long time ago a friend of mine, who's black, to tell me a good white racist joke, and he pretty much, all he said was, oh, you don't have to worry about that, you guys make fun of yourselves. No, that's like humorous, and I laughed. But does that mean that like I inherently am racist to white people? It's kind of weird. Yeah. Like, I think some people define this logic in a way so that they're right and other people are wrong. And I can't condone that kind of thing. I can't say that it's like an appropriate way. Like, we have freedom of speech for the whole point that, you know, once you say something, someone might enlighten you on a subject, or may, you know, give you insight into the situation that might be, you know, a little better than the insight you currently have, which really would be the goal of, you know, a free society. But I can't really fathom how we make certain words criminalized, or we can't talk about certain things, and I don't know, just, like, I think that ultimately that creates a condition where people are okay with even bad behavior, because it's essentially like a condoned thing. Like, I don't know, like making laws saying like you can't argue the Holocaust, or saying you can't say the N-word, or you can't say, you know, certain things like speech codes. It makes things not free, and people should have enough common sense to know better, to really know the difference between something that's essentially like hateful or meant to inspire people to do wrong things versus, I don't know, like making people understand the point of view or like humor inherent in something. I mean, you never know, you might possibly see a stigma that no one's ever seen before because someone said something in a different way. But I don't know, I think it's a lot healthier to be able to openly talk about certain things. I know people are litigious enough today that you could say something to someone that essentially can spark something terrible. Like, someone can say something like, oh, I'm gonna, like, or, no, let's do the best example. Something actually that happened to my mom that she laughed about was one of her bosses was talking, and my mom was talking about she got a new like suit for work, and the guy's like, oh yeah, like it is a really nice suit or whatever, and she's like, oh, are you hitting on me or whatever, like trying to make him intentionally uncomfortable, and he was like, no, like I wouldn't do that, like, you work for me, I'm your boss, like. My mom was like, oh, don't be so tight. It's not like my mom was actually like, legitimately hitting me. It was just one of those, like, let's do this to make him uncomfortable. I don't know, if you can't take it in stride, it's fine. I mean, the guy ended up leaving shortly after. But, like, some people, if you'll be like, you know, someone gets a new haircut, and you're like, oh, I like your haircut, and like, they try to sexually harass me. Like, I don't know. I can't understand that either. It's like craziness. I mean, there is a fine line between what people say and what people do. And I think once you start saying that what someone says is equivalent to what they do, you can pretty much say, like, just about anything to incriminate someone. mushrooms being this easy. I just remember this battle being kind of a pain. Come on, kill it. Good. Magical mush. I don't know. It's the same kind of thing for like a long time. Like basically schools weren't allowed to talk about gay people. Period. Like it was like, oh, only mentally ill people are like that. And if someone had at least talked about the issue, I think things today would have been a lot better. No. Closed-mouth society is never open-minded. The only downfall is Domingo is not quite as powerful in this one. Lately, as I've been doing LPs, I've just been like really going on hardcore rants. But I mean, there's not really much in this game to make it like so. Oh my god, every moment is gripping. Can't stand the intense combat situations. Alright, let's equip the halberd. Yeah, 48. Now you're cooking with fire. What's recently been bothering me is Delirious right now is in grad school, and, you know, we've been going over finances with it, and it really is amazing how essentially they make it as unattainable as possible. Like, they make it cost so much, they make it so hard to get in, and they make all these problems for it. And it's not like their grad program at her school is, like, you know, oh my god, like, we barely can fill in the people that we have. It's so devastating, like, how full our classes are and stuff like that. Like, that's not at all what's happening, but yet somehow they can justify making these places, making it so expensive. And I can't, frankly, for the life of me, understand it. Like, you think you'd want more people to get better education. It seems more and more like they're looking for profit only and not really looking for educating America. And I know it's true in other countries too. I mean, in other countries, part of the problem is 2 to 3 times worse. But, you know, they offer all these like loans and financial aid and basically stuff to pretty much keep you like in debt to them forever. So, I mean, they just keep accruing money off of you every year, and yet they still charge students more and more. And I don't understand it. Like, I understand teachers need to eat, like, administration needs to be there, but it's even worse when you see these people and they don't even do their job. You know? I can't fathom why anyone even tolerates this kind of stuff. Like, and it's even worse to see in some major schools how they'll have this huge, like, new cutting-edge science lab that they'll get after, you know, like 30 years of having like subpar science, and then they'll finally get this like top of the line, state of the art, you know, science thing, and then they won't even use it. Like, the admissions for people into that field are so low that it doesn't justify them doing it. But then you know, they won't spend money into it, so you only get like 2 professors for a top-of-the-line lab. And then to just make things even better is that then they'll spend money on, you know, a new stadium that costs multiple millions of dollars. And then they'll justify it with saying, like, oh, well, it brings so much money in and all this. No, it doesn't. Sports for colleges ruin everything. If they'd spent that money and spent it into the sciences department or any other department to, you know, get new teachers, help teachers get more pay, help, you know, give students more resources, maybe make huge administration changes that might cost them less and make essentially the process for getting in, out, and getting your classes arranged much better, as opposed to a sports game. Like, that is ultimately a very big problem, a glaring one. And let's make sure the inventory is empty. It should be. And it's amazing how people are so willing to part with money for certain things, and then, like, tight with their wallet with everything else. Like, I'm sorry, but when it comes to the future of all of us, science, genetic development, industrial design, computer programming, like, all of these, like, fields of science are vastly more important than a year of football players. And it amazes me that schools are so willing to jump at the idea of building a new stadium or adding a sports team or doing all this stuff because it draws some sort of interest to the school. But the problem is that you're bringing people who mostly have a very low education quality because they spent most of their high school time having their teacher pass them through, you know, like basically giving them passes in their class so they can keep playing. Because trust me, I've known a lot of football players and they're dumb as bricks. And they don't, you know, actually do work. They usually have private tutors, or they have essentially fast work classes, you know, where they can accelerate, like an accelerated learning course, just so that way they can pass. And the worst part is that they make them exceptionally easy. I'm sorry, but if you're going to waste school's money, you might as well at least be freaking smart. There should be some requirement where you actually have to do the same amount of work as everybody else, not less. And the worst part is that these are the people who go into the world, and then if you go to freaking work retail, you're left with some fat ass who's, you know, failed football career because he broke his kneecap in college, is the guy who's treating you like you're a less than human being. And it's not like this is like some